So basically, what happened was when we started Survivor, Jeff brings us all up on deck, and we're in our clothes we'd go to work in. And it's kind of funny because some of the guys are dressed up real nice, the girls are dressed up real nice, and he goes, "Here's the kicker: you guys aren't getting any of your clothes, nothing. You got the clothes on your back. That's it." So I'm, I'm sitting there, kind of looking around at everybody else, and they're dressed super nice, and they're shaking their heads in their suits and all that, and I kind of laughed, and I was so excited that when Jeff said, "Hey, go," I hit that second rail. I was off that boat so fast. I didn't think about grabbing the money. I didn't think about grabbing the map. I just, I was in a race. I thought the $1 million might have been in the town, and I'm just cruising. I take off way out in front of everybody else, and they're like, "Where the hell are you going?" So what happened was I get into town, and I'm running around kind of looking for things and no money, asking for fire. I'm asking for water, for food, and everybody speaks Spanish. I don't speak a word of Spanish. I run down, find out where the boats are, and I kind of wasted my energy, but it's a lesson that I learned. It wasn't a reward challenge. It wasn't an immunity challenge. Otherwise, I would have won it if I had to get somewhere the fastest. But it was kind of humorous, and it was a great way to start Survivor. Absolutely. I learned besides getting having the clothes on my back at the start of the game, I learned throughout the game. I had a question mark. I knew I wasn't a quitter, but I had a question mark, and I think a lot of people had a question mark how tough I really was. And I kind of knew it once we got to day 19 over there at the Morgan Tribe, and we were eating. I think we were done with our rice, and we were eating mussels, and it was terrible. We were in the worst conditions possible, and I think the other camp referred to us as some kind of a diet camp or something like that, and we were looking pretty bad. But mentally, me and Andrew and um, Austin seemed to pull together with Tawana and Dara after a while, and we kind of started defeating them no matter what kind of food we were getting, no matter what happened. You just keep the positive attitude, and I'm happy about that. When Jeff was revealing the votes, my name was on there repeated times. It just, you feel terrible. I mean, I thought I could handle it and deal with it, but I was seriously bummed out. I mean, kind of sugar coated it by the fact that I'm going to be on the jury, but that's not a whole lot. I wanted to win the game, and I thought I was a good enough survivor. And when Jeff had snuffed my torch out, I don't think it was anything as far as like insult to injury or anything like that. It was more so surreal. It didn't seem. It almost seemed like the first day when we got here. It was amazing. It was like, oh my God, I'm here. What's going on? He's actually saying the tribe has spoken to me. See you later, buddy. And I kind of at that point I almost felt like I couldn't walk away. I couldn't move at that point. And then I kind of turned back to everybody and I told them I'd be back. I know exactly why I got voted out. I was a threat. That's all there is to it. And they knew that, and they go, "Hey, the only reason you're getting voted out, we love you, man, but you're a threat to us, and you can win immunity at any point in this game." So, it's a compliment. And Jeff had made the issue the other day when we were at the immunity challenge when we had the true false. We had some questions at the immunity challenge about the pirates, and I got snuffed out real quick. It was over with. Like I had nothing no legs to stand on. They were done with me. So I was hoping it was going to be a strength challenge, but it didn't happen out that way. But Jeff gave me a greatest compliment in the world. He goes, "Hey man, you're sitting right down right now." Jeff had made the compliment that he goes, "Hey, you're sitting down right now because you're a threat, and these people are scared of you." And I took it to heart, and it made me feel a little bit better. If I could do the whole game over again, I think the only thing I'd want to do is fish or learn how to fish beforehand because that was the key to us winning and losing. That protein killed us. Not having the protein, and then Austin couldn't really swim and Tawana couldn't swim, so it was kind of like one of those things where there were many factors, and I was at fault too, and it just I don't know. I wouldn't have played the game any differently. I wasn't going to suck up to anybody or kiss anybody's butt and brown nose to get to where I wanted to be. It just, I got to day 24, and I mean, that's pretty good, but that's kind of like batting a 200 or something where somebody's batting 380. It's just not good enough. On the whole, Rupert had taught me a lot about dealing with people. He's really calm and mellow. You know, he gets upset at people for not doing things, but just talk to him in a gentle tone. And I have a problem with that. I'm like a light switch. I got a temper, so it's like either it's calm Ryan or kind of freak out Ryan. And I actually this is funny. I had a couple of episodes, I think day 4 and day 9, that I freaked out on our bamboo in our shelter. It was kind of laid out, and we were laying on. Me and Andrew and Austin had split these bamboo pieces to make it more comfortable. That was our bedding. Well, when the bedding would get into your back and kind of push into your back, it get real annoying. So Dara's kind of sleeping next to me, and I keep bumping into her, and she's like, "Ron," in that southern accent, "don't keep banging into me." And I'm like, "Okay," and I move over a little bit, and I just went island or native. I jumped up. Austin thought there was a snake in the camp. Something was going on. Everybody was awake. I think everybody was there at this point because it was earlier on. And here I am, just manhandling the bamboo, just ripping it out by hand, and it's all tied down. And people are freaking out because they think I'm gonna start beating them with it. And it was pretty funny. But my experience was great. This is the absolute bar none best time of my life. Best time. And I'm gonna look back on it and I'm gonna go, God, I wish I could do that again. It was the hardest and the best. Game of Survivor, you never realize, in 24 days how influential like people can be on your life, and how every aspect of this game makes you think about every day and take everything and not take it for granted, and go back and kiss your loved ones, and talk to them, because you never know what can happen. You could die, you could get, I mean, I could get sick with cancer 2 days from now, and something bad could happen to somebody. I'm gonna come away with it, with this whole experience, as a different person. It's gonna change my life forever, and it's great for me because I took a lot of things for granted, and it's unfortunate that I was doing that. That it took something like Survivor to be able to change my aspect and change my thinking about things. So it's just I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna enjoy my friends more and not be such a jerk, and maybe not be so self-centered, because a lot of times it was when I be out with my friends or when I be out with my family, I'd be a little bit more self-centered than I should be. And now I can maybe take a back seat to everybody and kind of relax and enjoy life and look around sometime and smell the roses.